From the hashtag Betty White Challenge to the hashtag Betty White Day, a national organization is honoring the legacy of TV legend and longtime animal lover and advocate for years to come.
Now, we had the chance to chat with the president and CEO of American Humane, an organization Betty spent many years devoting her time and efforts to supporting animals. Take a look.
Through her 70-year support of American Humane, Betty White was a leading devoted advocate for animals around the globe. After an outpouring of support in 2022, the hashtag Betty White Challenge will once again honor her, what would have been her 101st birthday.
That's right. To cement her legacy for years to come, American Humane is launching a petition. Well, they will have Congress seek a national hashtag Betty White Day. And joining us with more is American Humane President and CEO, Dr. Robin Ganser. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, and happy 101 years young to Betty White.
Yes, absolutely. So the hashtag Betty White Challenge is back for a second year. Tell us about it, and what was the reaction from last year?
Oh, the last year was overwhelming. On her 100th birthday, I think animal lovers everywhere decided to make sure they were going to make a difference, because we all have loved Betty for generations. So many of us gave up our cup of coffee, we gave up maybe a lunch meal out, and we donated those funds to animal charities. Our favorite local hometown shelters, rescue groups, zoos, aquariums, and even American Humane was the beneficiary of a huge amount of donations in Betty's memory and in her honor. I know that we were able to rescue and shelter and care for thousands of animals because of the generosity celebrating the Betty White Challenge. But this year, on her 101st birthday, we wanted to make this Betty White Challenge a little bigger, a little grander, and make it much more permanent, so that we'll all have a day to come together, honor Betty, and most importantly, celebrate the animal friends for which we share this world with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
I love that.
I do too. And as you've just mentioned, American Humane is working on hashtag Betty White Day. Well, how can we get involved? What are some of the ways that we can respond to this challenge?
Well, we took hashtag Betty White Challenge, and this year we're making it hashtag Betty White Day. We're asking all animal lovers, Betty White's fans, to sign a pledge, a petition. It's available at AmericanHumane.org. Once you sign that petition, we're gathering thousands of signatures. We're going to take it to Congress next week, and we're going to ask Congress to name January 17th each and every year as National Betty White Day. Wouldn't that be spectacular for all of us in our country to be able to celebrate our own national treasure and #1 animal lover, Betty, and do it on her 101st birthday, 102nd birthday, 150th birthday? A great way for us to celebrate animals in our lives.
Certainly.
Yes, absolutely. Dr. Ganser, wondering if you could tell us about Betty's involvement with American Humane.
Oh, yeah. I'm so fortunate to have counted Betty as one of my personal friends and indeed my mentor in the animal space. You know, she worked with American Humane well over 70 years. That's almost half of our entire institution's lifetime. We're a 145-year-old organization, and she by far was our longest supporter, over 70 years. She served as a judge for American Humane's Hero Dog Awards. That's our Oscars for canines. There'd be paparazzi there every year at the gala with America's top dogs. But she wouldn't want to talk to the human celebrities. No, she'd want to sit in a chair like this and just bring the dogs to her. And what a special bond she had with all of our hero dogs. She also was chair of our Be Kind to Animals Week, which is the longest running commemorative week in American history, brought humane education to schools. And she was also a member of our governing board. She served as a board of directors for American Humane for many years, and then eventually a director emeritus. So proud to have known Betty, and so grateful to her for using her own platform to help us save more animal lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly,
and we all know how special Betty White was to all of us. Dr. Ganser, where can we go to donate or even get more information?
Well, definitely visit your local animal shelter, your favorite animal rescue group to make donations. You can also donate at American Humane. But today, please visit AmericanHumane.org to sign our petition so that we can send your name along with tens of thousands of others to Congress next week, asking them to name January 17th National Betty White Day. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would be fantastic,
Yes,
Dr. Ganser. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Yes, certainly.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Betty.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
yes.